Joey Badass had some stuff to say about first week sales and if they even still matter. I had some stuff to then respond back to him, so let's take a look at this discussion and let's jump straight into this.
If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description.
Real quick, if you don't want to listen to this, make sure to skip 10 seconds into the future, but you can now sign up for my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes every Sunday and it recaps everything that's been happening in hip hop over the past week, so make sure to do that. So Joey Badass has not been on the scene ever since he dropped 2000 in I think May or June I think it was of 2022, which I thought was an amazing record, one of my favorite albums of 2022 and definitely one that I was very excited about as I've been a Joey fan for as long as I've really been into hip hop. So I really like the guy, I love his music, and so him talking about something is usually something of substance because he's not someone that is trying to be too mainstream, even though sometimes he then chose to, ride some trends like an All-American Badass, but then after that he kind of went back to his New York boom bap style that he's probably most famous for and that he can do best. But he jumped back on Twitter the other day, this was around 2-3 days ago, and he had a tirade of a couple of things that he wanted to get off his chest. So let's take a look at this and let's discuss what he's saying here. So first of all, he just posted a tweet, it's been a minute, hey guys, I'm back, kind of announcing that he was about to say something because only like 5 minutes later, he put out this tweet right here. It says, I feel really compelled to say, and then it starts. Fuck first week sales. They simply don't matter anymore for the simple fact that no one is buying albums. I mean, when's the last time anyone bought an album? We all can stream anything we want, but in order for it to count as an album sale, you need to listen to every song like 1,000+ times. They're trying to make it seem like everybody flopping when in reality, they changed the rules. So someone please tell me why the fuck is anybody still worried about that? They're trying to take the power from the musician because they never learned how to measure influence properly. At this point, just shut the fuck up and enjoy the music. And I think he's talking about something very important here. First week sales have become less and less important over the past 10 years, I would say. We had the Billboard rules obviously change ever since Astroworld, where that completely broke any record because it was sold with the bundles, to then not bundles being included, to now bundles getting back into the calculation. So it's always been a change of rules when it comes to the Billboard first week calculations. But I only agreed to like 80% on this one because first week sales still matter. First week sales, even if they take a lot of streams to count as a sale, are still a measure of how much an album got streamed the first week. And even if it isn't an accurate measure of influence, because if you just market your album really bad, then obviously you're not going to sell as much as someone like a Travis Scott, and we're going to take a look at some examples, who now is obviously also making use of the bundles with merch and digital albums and then shipping it with a CD. They're making use of that and they're selling a lot with that. I get that, but that's also part of the marketing strategy. And as I said, we're going to take a look at some numbers in a second and compare them and see what examples could be used for what case. But I only agree to 80% with this, as even if he is, as he's saying, people aren't buying music anymore. That was maybe still different 10 years ago, even 10 years ago, but obviously 20 years ago, there was a drastic difference in this, but it's still a measure of how much an album actually got streamed also the first week. Maybe we could then change the metric to how much streams they got, and we already do that. We're talking about first day streams and all of that. And obviously, you got to take into consideration who is talking about this. Joey Badass, someone that, with his last album, and as I just said this at the beginning, one of my favorite albums of 2022, but he sold 22,000 first week, which is definitely not a lot, and a lot of people were expecting him to sell more than that. Himself, I probably included. So maybe there's a little bit of bias in there of him trying to talk himself into having more influence than his first week sales project, which I would agree with. But then it kind of seems like you're just, searching for a scapegoat for you just not thinking that you're doing well, while you're actually doing pretty well. I love Joey, and I think the influence is huge. So Probably just some personal stuff in there as well. And here's the funny part about this. The next tweet was, by the way, while I'm here, I'm shooting for the next album to drop Q1 top of next year. That is my full intention and I'm very close to completion, but life be lifin', so don't hate me if shit gets slipped back. I'm home for the holidays and haven't started shooting music videos yet. So while he's talking about this whole discussion, he is marketing his new album, which is kind of ironic because, and I know he's going to say, oh, I'm just letting the fans know, but you're also using this platform now to market your album, which you're just complaining about the people that use those marketing strategies, also bundles, I know, but to boost the first stream sales. Just saying, but I know it's for the fans. And now he responds to exactly that. The next tweet was, for all the people saying he's only saying that because he's not doing good first week numbers. First of all, that's subjective nowadays unless you're Drake or Taylor Swift level. Second of all, do your Googles. I've been packing out venues since inception and will continue to do so. I have always had a loyal fan base that have always supported me even after taking 5 years off. Still came back and sold out 1,500 to 3,500 cap rooms all over the world. Something that a lot of your favorite mainstream acts can't do. So please don't shoot the messenger. I've been in my own lane and I love it here. And he's completely right. But I've been defending him from the beginning, but I'm still saying there's a little bit of subjectiveness in there, just like he's accusing us of seeing first week sales, unless you're Drake or Taylor Swift, as subjective. There's a lot of subjectivity in his rant here as well. I just want to say that. Let's put this into perspective. And then he goes on to promote this new movie, Raising Kanan, back December 1st. Ain't nobody acting, rapping, and doing philanthropic endeavors, putting in more work than me. So he's again using the platform to promote himself. Joey, I mean, you're playing the game right, but then you're also shooting it against the game. Like, come on. Now let's take a look at some examples. We mentioned 2000 with 22 first week sales, but also one example that a lot of people had picked up on and were always referencing was Trippy Red with Mansion Music, who only sold 59K earlier this year when we were expecting him to sell way more. This was an example of mainly people streaming the album and him not having bundles connected with it, or respectively, the Billboard rules not being changed back when that was dropping, so generally sales were lower. But this was kind of a disappointing one. People were really, hating him for that. But another positive example of somebody doing the game right is Travis Scott, who still sold about 500,000 with Utopia. And 250,000 of those were pure album sales, but I guess that those were in the bundles included CDs. I get that, I know. But still, it's not like people are generally selling that low. If you have a really dedicated fan base, like Joey says, they will buy your bundles too. So just do that. People also love the bundles, and you can boost your streams. If it's not, disingenuous that maybe some of Travis ones were, where he sold the whole bundle with just like a freaking, I don't know what he sold, little ass merch. I can kind of see why that would be kind of, not very authentic. But with a Joey, you can sell a lot of stuff and do a lot of great numbers, and people will love the merch and the bundles. So just do that. I would buy it too. Come on, Joey. But yeah, that kind of ends my discussion on this. Let me know what y'all think about this. Do you think Joey Badass is right? Do you think he's wrong? Do you think it's somewhere in the middle, like I was arguing for, putting this into context and kind of giving it a frame of reference? Let me know all your thoughts about this discussion about first week sales in the comments down below.
If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.